Hey, girlies and ghoulies.
And welcome to the Girly Ghost Tales podcast.
We're your hosts for the evening. I'm Leah.
And I'm Amber. And this is a supernatural podcast about ghost stories, ghost hunting, conspiracies, witchcraft, haunted objects, places, and even people, and everything in between, with a little bit of girl talk mixed in.
What more could you ask for? Since it's our first episode, we don't have a theme. It's just kind of like an introductory episode to talk about like what our podcast is about and like a little bit about each of us too and what we're going to be doing on our podcast. My husband is Amber's cousin and he has helped us with like everything. So I don't know how we would even be able to do it without him.
He's the tech behind it all.
Yeah, we don't really know what we're doing. I am 29 and an Aquarius, and I have 2 kids and 3 animals, 2 dogs and a cat.
I'm also 29, a Pisces, and I have a baby on the way, and 2 cats and 1 dog. Opposite. I didn't even think of that.
And we are doing a creepy kids topic right before Amber's due date. So
only 4 weeks away.
Yeah. So if you have any scary stories or anything creepy, email them to us at girlyghosttales@gmail.com because we really want to have a listener email.
Yes.
And we will read them on our episodes. We are also on Patreon, so that's kind of separate from like our podcast episodes. We're going to be doing live ghost hunting during every full moon. We just did our first one on Saturday, and we'll insert like a few clips from that. So we'll be live on Patreon for every full moon of the month, and then on Tuesdays we'll be live doing like tarot readings and ghost stories, and we have a collection of haunted dolls you can kind of see over here that we're going to be doing a series about, like investigating them with our EMF meter and spirit box and REM pod and all that kind of stuff. So the ghost hunting and the dolls will be like Patreon exclusive, so it'll be separate, but all our podcasts will be free on Apple Music and Spotify and
the podcast.
YouTube. Yeah, so if you are a Patreon member, you'll get access to all the episodes a week early too.
Eventually too, we'll make merch if this, takes off.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's also on our Patreon, is like behind the scenes footage and like bloopers and the haunted dolls and the ghost hunts and like the live Patreon Tuesdays too.
We still have some work to do in our little studio here, so that also will be on there.
Yeah. And there's a lot more that we're planning on doing in here, so
yes,
keep watching.
Follow us on TikTok.
Yes.
And Instagram.
And YouTube.
Facebook.
Yeah, we have a Facebook page. Girly Ghost Tales Podcast is our Facebook page. And we will be doing a giveaway when we get 500 followers on there too. So only like less than 300 to go.
We're doing good.
So when we do have merch available, Patreon subscribers will have 1 day early access before like our merch and haunted objects are released, and then you'll also get 20% off of all products and merch and everything that we'll have for sale, and some of these dolls will be posted on there for sale too.
Not Harold though. He's my guy now.
Not Harold. Harold is the little baby doll that we brought with us for our first ghost hunt. He was our emotional support baby.
He really was. So our Patreon's only going to be $5 a month. So yeah, Tuesdays at 6 we'll do our live. We don't know for sure. We'll either be a live or by next
Tuesday.
Yeah.
So see you next Tuesday.
Yeah. Exactly. We'll do like tarot readings, some witchy stuff, some ghost stuff.
we'll go over like some witchy like rituals for like full moons, like the different moon cycles. You can talk about your ghost stories on our live too. We're gonna do a poll on there to vote for like the next theme of the week.
I feel like there's so many topics, but
I know.
when you try to think about
I
them,
know.
gone.
Can't think of any. We might go randonauting where you like it takes you to a random location if we don't get too scared. Every Patreon subscriber will automatically be entered into a monthly goodie bag giveaway. So that will include maybe a shirt or a blanket or sweatshirt, and then if you want a haunted object, it could include one of those, crystals, tarot cards, witchy stuff like that. So we are from Minnesota. Literally in the middle of nowhere. That's where we did our first ghost hunt, was in the middle of nowhere in an abandoned house. We're going to be doing a topic on Minnesota, so anything creepy, spooky, haunted, paranormal, send us your stories, even if it's not Minnesota.
Yes, because if you're from a different state, we could always do a haunting in other states once we
all
get
50
there.
of them.
All 50.
And our episodes will be out Friday nights at 7 p.m. They'll be available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. And for our first ghost hunt, we did it for the April pink moon. So, shall we talk about some pink moon superstitions?
Yes. The pink moon, which is the full moon that occurs in April, is often associated with themes of rebirth, renewal, and growth. It's named for the pink flowers that bloom during this time, symbolizing fresh starts and the cycle of growth. Some also associate it with emotional growth and creative expression.
That fits like perfectly with like us starting our podcast, because we've been planning this for months, like 9 months or something, and we just finally started getting everything going. But I feel like the pink moon was like a perfect time to do our like beginning of it, because we're starting a new cycle and we're transitioning, and like, I feel good and like optimistic and positive so far. Some of the symbolism for the pink moon is that it's often seen as a time for fresh starts, embracing new possibilities, letting go of old patterns. It's a time to focus on healing, emotional growth, letting go of things that no longer serve us. And it can also be used for rituals and practices that promote healing, growth, and renewal. And also, full moons are really good for charging your crystals if you have any. So I did charge all of mine after our ghost hunt.
Think of that.
I didn't like lay them out like I usually do, because I got home late and I was scared from doing our ghost hunt. So I literally made Jake like come to the front door and stand there while I went and set them like on the porch. But yeah, I did charge them because I haven't for the last couple full moons. We're also going to be doing some like rituals and stuff that we are going to talk about on Patreon.
Yes. This is like off topic, but do you do any sort of rituals just like in your daily life? Like when I shower, I feel like a lot, I don't do it every time, but when I shower, I just like sit there and I'm like, just cleanse away the negative energy.
I do that too. Like I don't even know why I do that, but yeah,
I think I just
do that.
saw it somewhere and then I was like, that's a good idea. And then I always feel good after I do that when I shower.
I know, like it's like your mindset. Like if you are in like the right mindset, I feel like everything is so much more positive and like good.
Yeah. I think that's the only one that I do though.
I do like that, and then I also like made an altar like in my bedroom for like Aphrodite specifically. So I'll like do stuff like for her because she's like the symbol of like love and everything, and like the symbol of like beauty and like confidence and all of that. So I like, if you just dedicate like any self-care act that you do, like washing your hair, like washing your face, doing your nails, like all that kind of stuff. I do that, and then I've been leaving like an offering on it for her, like based on the things that she likes,
Ooh.
like roses, seashells, apples, that kind of stuff. So I'll do that. Usually, like, I try to do it on Fridays because that's like her day. I'm not like an expert. We're like baby witches.
Yeah, so if you have any advice, send it our way.
Yeah. And we also did, before we started our podcast, we went to a psychic medium that's like really
Yes.
well known in this area. And she told us both, like, you guys need to do that
Yeah.
podcast. Like, it's going to be so good. You're going to be so happy. You're going to be so glad you did it. So I feel like we should go back to her again and be like, we started our podcast, and maybe we
Yeah.
could talk about what she
Get a new
tells
update on
us.
life.
Yeah. And she also told us that um that one of us was a medium. Remember that?
Yeah.
She was like, I can't tell which one, but one of you has like psychic abilities or
Yeah.
medium abilities.
You know, I wouldn't mind if it was me, but also I don't know if I could handle
I
like
want it to be me.
yeah, I don't know if I could handle it being like I don't know. I don't think I would want to talk to the dead.
I want to get better at like learning my tarot cards and like the moon phases, because we
Yeah.
are going to be doing like tarot readings every week, which we were doing that before we started the podcast too, and they were literally so specific and
Telling us
like
to start this podcast
accurate.
every
Yeah,
time.
every single time we would get like the same cards, and they were always like, oh, you might be having a new career, you might be an entrepreneur, like you need to do it now.
Yeah.
That's like what it did every single time that we pulled cards for it.
And we still waited so long.
I
I just feel
know.
like it was a weird time.
It was a weird time. It was like
It was during the holiday
winter,
season.
yeah,
And
like seasonal depression season. And I had like no motivation or energy. And honestly, like the main thing was like this room was filled with stuff before we
yeah.
started, and this wall wasn't painted, and we didn't like have any of our equipment. So
I really think it was like
like
the warm weather just really brought it out.
yeah, I think so too. Known for its potential to cause sleep disturbances, the pink full moon might leave many tossing and turning through the night.
That was me last night.
Me too. Well, I also fell asleep watching Black Mirror, so I think that's probably
I didn't
why.
know.
I feel like I was in like an alternate reality.
I don't know. I don't really remember much of my dreams last night. I do remember I was like reliving our ghost hunt that we did.
Oh my gosh, that's scary.
Yeah, it was just like me like reliving what we did, and then
Yeah,
I don't know, but from pretty much like midnight till 6 in the morning, I was like up on and off, just like moving
really.
back and forth.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, my dad saw like one of the videos that I sent my mom from our ghost hunt before I finished like making the full video, and
Yeah.
he it was just one of us sitting on that couch in that house, and he said that in the beginning of it like he saw like two orbs in it. And he was like,
Oh,
I'll have to go find the video and show you where I'm talking, which one I'm talking about, because I saw two orbs right away. And he was asking me about like the flashlights that were flashing, and he was like, were you really not doing that? He thought that Jake was there doing it to make it like more creepy and to like
yeah.
make it look like spooky, and I was like, no, we were
Nope.
there
It
alone.
was just the two of us.
Yeah.
And the fact that you went home and turned your
And
flashlight
they
back on, and
won't do
it's didn't.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh.
both of our flashlights when we were doing our ghost hunt, first yours was pointed up at the ceiling, and her flashlight flashed 3 times out of nowhere when she was holding it like the whole time. And then right after you shut it off and turned it back on, it didn't do it again, and then mine started doing it, and it was literally flashing and like answering our questions.
Yeah.
Like it was sitting on a table away from us.
Because you eventually shut it off and turned it back on, and then it kept doing it.
Yeah. And then Jake also didn't believe me, and he was like, were you guys really not doing anything with that flashlight? And I was like, no, we weren't. And both of them were like, well, I feel like you guys didn't seem very like scared.
I was so scared I was like I couldn't
shocked.
have a reaction.
Yeah. I was like shocked, like in shock that that was actually happening, and I wanted to think that it was just like something weird.
I feel like I was trying to be rational the whole time, but on the inside, I was dying. I was like, this is so terrifying.
Yeah, because we clicked through all of the flashlight settings.
Yeah, there's only 2 settings, and it's like the solid, and then it does
and then
flash.
one that flashes nonstop.
Yeah, it doesn't like flash and then 3 stop.
Times. And then, and it was only when we would like ask a question, and then it would say that. And the creepiest thing that it said was her baby.
Yeah.
And because Amber's pregnant and about to have her baby. And then we were like, what baby? The baby Harold? And then right away I said, or her actual baby, and it flashed 3 times, but we don't know if it was already flashing for Harold. We're just gonna pretend that's what it was doing.
I'm just hoping it was my great grandpa being like, I'm
trying to scare you.
Yeah, and then the door.
Yeah, we literally heard like a loud slam pretty much. Like someone ran into the front door there, and there was nothing there. It was not windy. There was nobody there.
Well, and then even right before that, we both looked because we heard something right outside.
Yeah.
It sounded like somebody walking.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was
nobody.
my Uncle Dwayne.
Oh my god, maybe it was your Uncle Mike.
Probably was. I thought it was somebody out there coming to try to scare us, but
nope.
Nobody was out there. And it wasn't even windy. Yeah, because then after I was like, it's not even really windy out, so no reason to make that loud of a bang.
We are going to be going back there because we left some stuff there because we were scared and too scared to grab it, so we just left it. And there's also a storm cellar there too that we might go down if we're brave enough, if Jake comes with us.
Yeah, he'll have to come with, or like Dwayne will have to come down or something.
Yeah.
Although my mom did say she wants to go out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Does she like that kind of stuff?
Yeah, but she also used to go out there all the time.
Yeah. So she's like used to it.
Yeah.
Does she just want to like see it now?
Yeah, she wants to see what it looks like.
Yeah, I want to like go upstairs.
I know, I do too. My mom was like, you should probably wait until after you have the baby.
But
and
we could like try like after you have the baby and see if it like
it'll hold.
Like we'll be able to tell before we fall through the
yeah, that's the only thing. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I should probably wait because at least I'm putting only myself in danger at that point.
But I do want to go up there. It was really creepy looking.
Well, I think my mom said that she was told that my grandma's mother haunts upstairs.
Really?
I guess that's what she says.
Your grandma's mother?
Yeah, so yeah.
Do you know her name?
No idea. Jake would probably know.
When the front door slammed, the spirit box said Kathy.
Yeah.
And Jake was like, I wonder if that was my great grandma's name. We'll upload some clips from that ghost hunt. We do have the full 14 minutes of it available on Patreon right now. So you can subscribe to our Patreon right away. We just don't have everything figured out on it yet. But we have a lot of stuff, and we have a few subscribers already, like 15,
I was going to say, I think we just had a couple added like today and yesterday.
Yeah. So I think we're doing good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we don't have merch or anything yet, like we said, so there's not a lot, but we have plans.
Yeah, we can get it done quick. We got this whole studio done in like a week.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So we got like that part done. Now the hard part is this.
I know Matt was like, well, you've got people subscribing to your things and liking your pages, so now you gotta stick to it.
I know, that's like what's like making me do it too. I'm like, well, we can't not do it now.
Yeah. So now we've gotta stick to it. Which, I mean, we planned to.
Yeah. I think it'll get better. I think we're just both like shy and awkward and don't know what to do with our hands.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you
or where
can't
to
tell.
look. Yeah. Right now we're just kind of like winging it.
Yeah, since
So
it's time to listen to what your heart truly desires and start manifesting it. Also
yes.
associated with the number 222.
Yes, that was the other thing I was going to bring up too, because I see like angel numbers a lot more when I'm like looking through like the witchy books and stuff that I have, and when I'm like meditating and like doing stuff like that, I start to see them like more, I feel like. But ever since we've like started, like since we announced everything and we've been like working on everything a bunch, I've been seeing twos like everywhere and seeing like 1222, 222, 1212, like everywhere. So I feel like that's a good sign too.
Yeah. And 2 is my favorite number.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, really?
And it's funny because both of our birthdays, mine is the very first day in February and yours is the
Very
last.
last.
Sometimes she doesn't have a birthday.
Yeah, my birthday's on the 29th.
February
So
29th and
I'm
February
only
1st.
I'm only 7. One of my friend's kids were at my baby shower and she was like, "How can somebody have a baby at 7 years old?" I think she was freaking out because she probably thought, "Oh God, am I gonna have a child that's
Oh my
7 years old?"
god, probably. So we'll just read our like horoscopes. So my sun sign is Aquarius and my moon sign is Cancer and my rising is Virgo. So sometimes I look at like the Virgo horoscopes instead of like Aquarius because some people say that that's more accurate because it's like how other people see you.
Perceive,
Yeah. And yeah, my moon sign is in Cancer, so I'm literally like just emotional and like crazy all the time. So for my horoscope today, oh boy, why does it say tread lightly?
Ooh.
So it tells you do's and don'ts. So my do's are sunglasses, candlelight, and finger food. Love all those. Don't believe the hype. Comparing themed restaurants. I feel like comparing is like I just did a tarot spread on myself like the other day, the day we announced everything, and I think for the spread I did trying to think of like what 3 cards I used for the spread, but one of them was like what problem am I facing, and it said comparing, and it said like pretty much stop worrying about what other people think, stop comparing yourself to other people. And I feel like that's like one of the big reasons that we didn't like start when we did is because we were like, oh, we're not going to be as good as other ones and people aren't going to like it and we're too nervous. But I'm glad that we finally just like went for it.
Same. I also am a moon. My moon is Cancer and my rising is Virgo.
Oh, that's probably why we like get along
Yeah.
so well. Oh yeah, I just looked at yours. It says Amber wants to lash out today. Take them to a boxing club.
Oh my gosh. I don't feel like I'm. But you know what? I did yell at Matt this morning. I was a little feisty.
Well,
with
you're
him.
pregnant, so
That
you get
too.
a free pass. My like personal one on CoStar, it says power in thinking and creativity, spiritual, social life, and self. Like creativity, does it really?
Yeah.
Today, there's a little voice in your head telling you that it is selfish to take your fate into your own hands. It's not. You just have trouble accepting that there's room for a little mystery in your life. Be patient. Don't make people feel stupid for believing in something. This month, you have to focus on how to please yourself first when you have the urge to completely merge. You don't have to punish yourself for being attracted to need, but you do have to be intentional about it. Use this moment to cultivate good boundaries. The general theme of your life during this period is to take strategic initiative toward achieving your goals. Adapting yourself to satisfy the expectations of other people will destroy you. Wow.
I feel like mine's kind of similar. Mine says, today you feel torn between your desires and your actions. It's good to go all in if that's what you need. Just make sure you're not doing that thing where you chase, oh my gosh, chase anything that moves and then convince yourself that intensity is the same as intimacy. Your body must be heard. This month you have to focus on how to be direct when things get hard. You don't have to punish yourself for being a little lazy, but you do have to be intentional about it. Be open to the lessons that your past experiences bring you. The focus of your life during this time is to embrace endings and new beginnings.
That's
Sometimes,
literally what the full moon says.
yeah, sometimes you don't know what you want until you get it. Sometimes you are too scared to even ask for it.
That's true.
It says,
You
be
never
your
know
own
unless you
dream.
just try.
True.
I feel like mine resonated with me.
Yeah. Don't punish yourself for being a little lazy. I am a little lazy right now.
Well, you're
But,
pregnant.
yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. Sounds like a knock.
I do think that the building that our studio is in is haunted because it's a really old building.
Yeah.
And we are always hearing noises up here, like weird noises. So Jake has like their stuff set up on the other side of this wall, and then after we put like our bookshelf in here with the dolls on it, they were doing a live on their side of their studio and said that nothing was working and all the electronics were being like really weird and that they all thought it was because of the dolls.
Probably. My don'ts say rush the process and bad angles.
Oh
So
my
God.
god. I feel like that was like specific
Yeah.
to this. That's funny. Yeah, we'll make sure that our angles are good.
Yes. Yep.
This will be probably like the worst episode because it's the first one, so we
Yeah.
don't really know exactly what we're doing and saying, but we'll have a topic next time and
We'll figure it out.
we'll know what to do and say. So yeah, our first episode will be this Friday night at 7 p.m. on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere that you can listen to podcasts on. And please email us with your ghost stories. Any type of scary, creepy story. We love scary stories and we want to hear all of them. So email girlyghosttales@gmail.com and we'll read it on our episode because we don't have any emails right now. So
Yeah.
if you do it now, you'll be one of the first ones. And we also would love if anybody would sponsor us.
Send it our
Please
way.
sponsor us. Anybody, everybody, whatever it is, we'll do it. Is there really nobody
There's nobody
there?
out
Shut
there.
up. Okay.
Like trying to see if somebody's hiding.
Our
That was
studio literally is haunted.
That
I
literally
swear.
sounded like somebody walking out there. I thought I heard something like maybe over there, so I was thinking on the other side of the wall. But then it literally sounded like somebody was right on the outside of that doorway.
Well, it's just more content for our listeners.
It's following us, the ghosts.
Yeah, I think that there was either something like some spirits that were already haunting this building and then all these dolls were here and that they went into the dolls, or the other way around and the dolls were haunted and then we brought them here and then they haunted here. But this building is like super old. Like it used to be a JCPenney's in like the 90s.
Yeah, I mean it's been here for a
longer than
time.
that. Yeah. Well, should we end it for now?
I think so. I think
till
we
next
can.
week. Well, until Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, girlies and ghoulies, for joining us for our very first podcast episode. We have a lot of good topics that we're going to be doing. Join us next Friday when we'll be talking about creepy Minnesota stories, hauntings, all that spooky stuff.
Share with your friends.
Yes, please like and share and subscribe and tell your friends and your family to listen to us. Hopefully, you like it. It's going to be really good. And remember, the veil is always thinner than you think. Good night.